G'day guys, Smith City here for Smith City Product Reviews. It's a cold evening, got my jacket on. Was going to smoke this or a cigar at my mate's place, but he finished work late, so I have smoked this one before in a 4-hour drive, 4.5, nearly 5-hour drive, sorry. And it is a Corona double Undercrown Maduro. I absolutely love this cigar, love it. I love the yellow ribbon that goes across the top, and I love the band on it. There's just something about this, it's just, I absolutely love it. Without sitting down and sort of I sat down and I enjoyed it whilst I was driving, but I was obviously driving, so I wasn't necessarily entrenched in like picking up the flavor profile of each third and what I was experiencing or whatever. I also had to cut it short, and then I end up having the rest of it on the way back. And yeah, so here it is. It's got the band there, which obviously I'll have to take off to light. Got a couple of beers with me from St Andrew's Beach Brewery, which is just their session ale. It's quite nice. It's a bit lime forward, citrus forward. But yeah, here it is, guys. So I'll pull that band off first, and surprise, surprise, did that pretty well. So there it is. Can't even see that when it's tilted that way. All decked out. I don't really have much to say in the way of anything at the moment. There's a few different shifts within my life at the moment that will play out over the next little bit, and don't need to go too much into those things. So it'll probably just be more of a silent video, smoking the cigar. So it says a decade of dedication, all decked out. Esteli, I hope I pronounced that right, Nicaragua. So yeah, there it is, guys. Obviously I need to take this ribbon off to cut it, but yeah, it's quite nice. Now, I don't know what's happening with, is that visible if I put it there? Yeah, that might look, yeah. That's a good thumbnail. I haven't been able to, I've tried every camera angle trying to get rid of that beam of light. I haven't been able to, so I could sit over the other side, but those chairs are wet, so not too sure how much lighter fluid I've got in this Drake lighter. Funny thing about Drake is morning and afternoon work I've got at the moment, there's a person in their car that drives past and he looks exactly like Drake, but anyway, I digress. So if anyone playing at home that's a newbie to cigars, there's the cap there. Yeah, it might be hard to pick up. Let's see if I can change the focus a bit. No, it's not working for me with, oh no, there you go. See how there's that line there? That's the cap. You don't want to be cutting any past, there is 3 lines, but I wouldn't go anywhere past that first one, or else it might unravel with you, but we'll have a bit of a look. So it was harder to cut, but it stayed intact. I think I cut a little bit below that first line. There's the cap there. Dry draw, sort of hay, nuttiness, earthiness, like sort of grassy notes, like almond. So I'll just chuck that there at the moment. people are just like, light the damn cigar, Smith. Just turn that over so you can see the... In my Quaker's hat, Stein. They're obviously in New South Wales, guys. And I've also got another beer there, second beer, so I don't need to go inside. I've got my little cigarette, which I don't smoke cigarettes, and that came with the car that I drive, and I just use it occasionally when I'm smoking a cigar, which is not very often, but I can't be bothered going into the shed to get my proper ashtray. So might leave that to the not for the toasting. I'll toast it with just a big lighter. Just so I can try to get a more even light with the Drake flamethrower. Used to call me on the cell phone. That song's probably like 10 years. Probably longer than 10 years old now. Alright. Put you on full bore, Drake. Let's see what you can do. Just want to tidy up some of those uneven things. I've lit this very poorly. I usually do on camera. I think it's a subconscious thing of getting it wrong. That'll do, guys. Not going to be too pedantic with it. Oh, I was going to tip that out. Bear with me, guys. I don't actually have a bear with me. Raw. That's empty now. It had like 3 or 4. If anyone that watches this that likes cigar videos, check out JOY Man. I think he's from Texas. He's got a really long ginger goatee, likes to spit a lot. So if that's your kink, head on over. So yeah, this is the beer, guys. St. Andrew's Brewery. I like the fact that they've used green because, yeah, it tastes pretty limey. Full-bodied session ale brewed with rich toffee malts and aromatic hops loaded with citrus and pine. Can that sit there? Yeah, product placement all over the place. Mm-hmm. 10 minutes in, we haven't even really done much. I might put this in 3 parts, because it probably will be close to an hour and a half smoke, being a Corona double. If you smoke a cigar, what's your favourite size and style? When I first got into cigars, I found that, which is obviously, there's not a lot of data behind it and lots of gaps in between, so it's not like I was getting sick all the time, but I found myself a few times after smoking in Connecticut that I'd get sick. But after the fourth Connecticut I actually didn't get sick. And I don't often get sick, so we're talking like massive gaps in between sickness. Yeah, it's got a really nice nutty barnyard type notes. If my MacBook didn't always go flat, I'd bring it out and put on some non-copyrighted instrumental music, just to have it as background noise, but I need to use my MacBook later on after this when I go to hop into bed. Hair's getting pretty out of control, but I am growing it out, so sort of in that in-between stage at the moment where it's doesn't really have a style, it's just out of control. But yeah, normally as my hair grows longer, it gets really like knotty and ringlety, if that makes sense, like curly fries. Might do it in 20-minute increments, so it might be 4 videos. There'll be some light traffic noise, and yeah, like I said, I don't have much to say, so it's just going to be sort of a quiet talking video with not a lot to say, not a lot to talk about or speak about. If you hear me sort of doing those sort of half clearing of the back of my throat, I've had an issue since I was 4. It's not necessarily linked in with being lactose intolerant, because I have gone completely off dairy in particular moments in my life, and I still have it. It's obviously a lot less. But it's not a clearing of the nose thing or clearing the throat. I've got like this, I've had it for ages, where it's the back of my sort of like, if there was a direct line, probably from here to here, and there's just a build-up of stuff that accumulates, and I need to do that every so often to clear that, or I will vomit or dry reach. So it's not the most pleasant thing. It's not really attractive. But like, I wasn't smoking cigars when I was 4, so it's nothing to do with cigars. or my diet or anything like that. It's a little bit of leatheriness and pepperiness on the retro hail. Like the way it's sort of smoking, the smoke's going off on a bit of an angle there. A little bit of tobacco there in the mouth. Never hurts anybody. Mum through the window there, saying hi, looking at me going, probably going, what a disgrace of a son, smoking cigars. Mum doing a bit of ASMR in the background, pulling the blinds down. Never done that before. Smith City the Dragon. Oh, if you made it to the end of this, I do have something to talk about in the next part. And it's not to keep you watching for longer. I just, yeah, got some things I need to sort out that randomly happened. And I'll leave it there and I'll jump on to the next.